This is a medium story today. It's a lady that did a session by long distance. Well, everything's long distance, COVID days. I think hers was Zoom. So do you want to name her?
Sure, I'll do Caitlin.
Caitlin. Okay. And her, the person that she wanted me to channel was her husband. So would you like to name him?
Jeff.
So we got Caitlin and Jeff. Okay. So that's all she asked for. After we got through consent, she just said that she was calling because she had lost her husband. That was it. No time frame, nothing else. Oh, pardon me. She did say something. She said to me that she was still quite upset about it and that she probably would cry during the session because she missed him so much, which is fine. And that she loved him very much and that she was still very upset. And so, that's fine. I just listened to her. And then I asked her husband, Jeff, if he wanted to come in. And he said yes. And I said, she's just asking what you want to say. And he goes, let's do some affirmations first, Karen. So I said, well, that would be great because it would be good for me to know that I've got you accurately, and it would be good for her to affirm that. So it's going to suit both of us well. And he said, then you can say things to her like that she felt we had a wonderful marriage. And I said, okay. And he said that we loved each other very much. Yeah, okay. That I was really kind, and she's a very kind woman as well, Karen. And I said, oh, okay. So, and he went on to say more things like that they took care of each other and very much isolated, though, in caring for each other, where neither of them had friends. They knew people. They would say hello to their neighbors. They would say hello to their employees. Oh, and he did say that they were entrepreneurs. And then he I won't say that he laughed in a condescending way. He goes, but you could say it that way. And I said, what? I said, what do you mean I could say it that way? You either own a business or you don't. An entrepreneur means you own your own business. And he goes, yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay. Like, there's some discrepancy there, but it's like, what the heck does that mean? So before I dove into it, I just repeated everything to Caitlin. And she's snuffling. And at times, she's just like, you can see tears like literally coming down her face. She's really crying. And we had to pause a couple of times because she was blowing her nose and she was like really crying. So I turned back after I said all of this, and she said, yes, yes. And she affirmed everything. I thought, oh, good. Yes, I've got him. And he looks at me and he goes, I've been dead for 10 years. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I've been dead for 10 years. It's the 10th anniversary. And I said, oh, which took me aback in all honesty, Kelly, because I was surprised after 10 years that she was still sobbing. And I don't mean that I don't miss my dad. He's been dead over 10 years. I still can cry. It's just not the same kind of cry the first year that my dad passed. I know my cries have changed. And some people might think, wow, that's judgmental. Yeah, I'm admitting that's judgmental.
Well, there's also a thing called typical.
Yeah.
Right? We do see typical patterns, and most people would say by observation that grief itself changes, therefore the cry changes.
Mm-hmm. And so he says to me, I've been dead 10 years. And I said, oh, I thought he was wrong. So I thought, oh, I think you're wrong. Because of how she was behaving. I thought, no, I'm going to get this one wrong. I'm going to look like a fool when I say this one. So